Hey there, Her Tribe. Welcome or welcome back to the Becoming Her experience. If you're new around here, my name is Stephanie Kelleher, and I help single Christian women make the absolute most of their singleness and prepare themselves for marriage. Today, I want to share 3 ways that we can become more like the Proverbs 31 woman. Isn't that who we're all trying to be like? Like the P31 woman is the model for what it means to be a Christian woman and a Christian wife. So let's dive in. The first thing I want to talk about is comparison. The number one thing that you can do to become more like the Proverbs 31 woman is stop trying to be the Proverbs 31 woman. I know that sounds nuts. I know that that sounds crazy, but here's the truth. Here's the facts, right? You were not created as that woman. The giftings, the talents, the skills that she had, those may not be the gifting, the calling, the anointing that God has put on your life. God has called you to be you. So stop comparing yourself to the Proverbs 31 woman. Stop trying to be your favorite IG influencer. Stop, right? I'm going to give you a verse right now that used to mess me up because I was trying so specifically to be that, right? In 1 Peter 3:4, it says, be adorned with the incorruptible beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit. So I went back a little bit to 1 Peter 3, and then in verse 3, it says, don't be adorned with, right? And so then it compares it and says, instead you want to be dressed with the incorruptible beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit. And I will be like, Lord, you created me to be a warrior. I am not gentle or quiet, right? Anybody else? Am I out here by myself? But that's the truth, is that this verse was so difficult for me until I realized God didn't create me to be gentle and quiet. He created me to be a warrior. But my spirit, I can still have a spirit that nurtures and loves well and comes alongside people. He's not saying for me to be quiet and to be gentle. Listen, somebody just commented the other day about how rough I am with my daughter because I'm just that girl. I like to throw my 4-year-old on the bed and she comes back and she asks for more. She's not going to be a gentle girl, but she knows how to love well. She knows how to come alongside people and pray for them and ask the Lord on their behalf and serve people. And that is what he's talking about when he says to have this beauty that's gentle and quiet, to learn how to be able to have compassion for people, and the space that he's gifted you to use that space to bring a peace and a gentleness and a calm and a quiet to people. So that's the first thing. Stop comparing yourself even to that Proverbs 31 woman. Listen, I'm not going to be on a merchant ship. Like, that's just not the calling over my life. But I can use the resources that I have to be crafty. I can use the knowledge that I have to make the people in my home comfortable and feel safe and protected. That is what I want you to get out of the Proverbs 31 woman. Honestly, I don't even think that was an actual woman. I think he was giving a description of this ideal woman and how she behaves and how she moves and flows and lives her life. I want to release you right now. You are not going to be like making scarlet. Well, some of you will be, but most of us are not going to be making scarlet, like sewing in our homes and trading it on merchant ships. But we are going to use the giftings and the talents and the callings and the anointing spaces that we have and bless people and make our homes comfortable and allow the income to come in as God makes a way for us. So that is the first thing I want you to do. Stop comparing yourself to somebody else and be you. Just be you. Along those lines, who are you? Number 2, find yourself, not somebody else, not the person in 3rd grade, that girl that was so cool and you wanted to be like her. No, who are you? Who did God create you to be? Who are you growing into? What is it that you are gifted in, that you are called to do? And how do you have fun and enjoy life? Like, find you in the midst of all the things and all the voices and all the the standards of beauty. What's your standard of beauty for yourself? We just talked about 1 Peter 3:4. Our standard of beauty shouldn't be the same as the world's. Our standard of beauty should be modest. Our standard of beauty should be from the heart. That when somebody comes up to us, they might be like, I didn't really like her all that much, but man, that girl's got a beautiful spirit about her, right? Like, that's the beauty. That's that woman that we want to be. Like, who is it that you are? And who is it that you want to be? The third thing, become her. After you've decided who you are and who you actually want to be, what does it take to get there? So for some of you, it just takes spending more time with the Lord and allowing him to bring that out of you, allowing him to draw out of you who he put inside and who he created. For some of you, you need to be healed. Some of us have gone through way more experiences than we should ever have experienced, and we need to be healed in our hearts if we're ever going to become the woman that we want to see in the mirror, that God created us to be. We just have to get some healing. Some of us need to have more fun. You already know my 2 things for the Her Tribe this year: get closer to the Lord, have more fun. So many of us in the Her Tribe need to enjoy our lives more. What does it take for you to become that woman that you have in your head, the ideal version of you? Get intentional about that. What are the things that you need to do? What are the phone calls that you can make this weekend as the weekend comes up that says, you know what, maybe I need to find a therapist. Maybe you need to call me and say, you know what, I have all these insecurities and miseducations and fears about marriage, but I know I want to be married one day. I know I'm called to be married. Call me. Let's talk. Let's figure it out. You shouldn't have to be stuck and trapped and frustrated and fearful about something God has for you. No more. So become intentional and become intentional about becoming that woman that you want to see when you look in the mirror. That's it. Those are the 3 things. If you want to become more like the Proverbs 31 woman, stop comparing yourself to other people. I don't care who it is. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Number 2, find you. Who are you? Who are you? Who do you want to become? Who is that woman that you want to see in the mirror? And thirdly, go for it. I feel like I've said that in every video. Go for it. God is for you. God is with you. You don't have boundaries and strongholds. And no, God is our freedom. And he will set you free. But you got to be intentional about going after your freedom. So that's that. If you love this video and it was super helpful, do me a favor, share it out, like it, subscribe to the channel, and then go down in the description box and check out the 10 things that I learned during singleness. It will bless you. Until next time, take care.